Hi guys, I'm Karmen Berentsen, owner of A-Line Boutique, and I'm at the St. Paul collection today for my style guide. So, I love feeling beautiful. I love feeling confident. I love feeling what clothes can give me. And I've known that feeling for a very long time, even though I've only been in retail about 6 or 7 years. And I knew that when I first started my first company at 26. So I was an independent consultant and I had more business than I knew what to do with, and everyone said start a company. And I thought, I don't know the first thing about starting a company. I was a biochem major. I don't know what an LLC versus an S Corp versus a C Corp, and yet I had nothing to lose. I was 26 years old, and so I called an attorney and called a CPA and started a company. And over the next 7 years, grew that to 90, a staff of 90, and we designed training solutions for Fortune 50 companies. And in that process, there was many times where I was 26 and 27 and 28 years old, presenting to Fortune 50 companies with the CIOs and CTOs and CEOs, and I got confidence from clothing, from fit and fabrication of designer clothing. And I remember the first day I had an interview, I had a presentation, an opportunity with Mary Kay, and I knew we had the solution. I knew we had the methodology. But I also knew and was completely intimidated that I was 27 years old, presenting to a group, and IBM and Deloitte was in there, and so I went and bought this Armani suit for $4,000. I had no business mind from my financial capabilities, but the reality is I walked in that room like I owned that room. I absolutely walked in and I just felt badass, I felt brilliant, I felt confident, and I felt like I belonged. And the reality is that I had to have a methodology, and I had a product, and I had to have a solution behind that. But I did that, but I absolutely know to this day, if I had walked in that room with all of my solution and none of that confidence that I got from that suit, I would not have won that deal. But the two combined was what made me powerful. And so as I built my company and had this financial success, then I was able to shop at these designer boutiques over in Paris, from Dior to Prada to Saint Laurent to Sonia. And when you walk in those boutiques, you're not met by what I call typical American retail help, right? Greeters. And I was met by these professional stylists who could take one look at me and say, you're 5'4", you have no hips, this is what you need to wear, pull it. And then I'd walk out of the dressing room and I'd be like, ooh, cool shirt. And all of a sudden they'd start like pinning and tucking and tailoring, and it would go from cool shirt to like, okay, I look amazing. And that ability to glow and it be effortless. So in September of 2012, I walked into A-Line to shop, and it was one of the few boutiques here in Denver I shopped at, in a strip mall in Landmark, down in Greenwood Village. And I walked in there, and I immediately, the owner decided to just liquidate because her husband had moved overseas for work, and they weren't back, and the lease was up. And so she was gonna liquidate, and I'm standing there, and I thought, if I ever want to combine my business skills with my love of fashion, this is the time. And so I bought the store, and I bought it from day one, knowing that I wanted to give women what I got from the designer boutiques in Paris. I wanted a woman to be able to walk in and not know Legence or Eero or how to pronounce things or how things fit. And I wanted them to be met by professional stylists who could look at their body and who literally effortlessly could grab things, pull things, tuck, go no, pull things away, and keep going, and literally have in minutes you feel like your version 2.0 of yourself, right? You're still you, right? I am playful and quirky, and that's how I dress, and I'm always gonna be like that, right? But the reality is that it can be effortless. And now we have over 4 stores. We're opening our 4th store now in Union Station this month. And I love that we have taken thousands of women who aren't fashionistas, right? Who don't follow these brands on Instagram and who don't know how to pronounce things, and literally can walk in and can say, I need help, who am I today? And the other neat thing is that it's interesting, even as women, as we evolve, now I have a 7-year-old, and And it's interesting because when she was 3 and 4 and we're in mini Bowden and being really cute, I had a style of sleek and edgy and stuff like that. And it's interesting because just this spring break, just this last week, that's why I'm so tan, is that she all of a sudden is 7 going on 8, and all of a sudden she's getting a little sassy, and she's looking old. She's looking like a mini teenager. And all of a sudden I had this internal thought that I need to start being a little more sophisticated. And that doesn't mean boring. It doesn't mean old, but it literally means, you know what? I think as she's getting edgy and teenager, I need to get a little more polished and sophisticated. And that is my power now. And the reality is that if I didn't have A-line, I wouldn't know how to do that. I would literally get online and start looking for some clothes and try and look through magazines and Pinterest. But with A-line, I don't style myself. I can walk in there and I can literally tell any of our stylists now, right, is saying, this is now what I'm feeling. I want to evolve to this. This is my new style and this is where I'm going. And they will get me there, and it'll be painless and it'll be effortless. And they'll pick the clothes, and all I have to do is have a glass of champagne, walk to the dressing room, they'll pull everything for me in the size that's gonna fit me, and then I'm gonna walk out and they're gonna pin me, and they're gonna pin it, and we do free tailoring and free alterations, and then they're gonna take it to the alterations, and then they're gonna deliver it to my door, right? So we have a team of stylists who are all on salary, all with medical benefits. They are professional stylists, and they really wanna take you and let you become version 2.0 of yourself effortlessly, right? I also love, after years, women will look at me and say, Karmen, I love that when I get up in the morning and I go into my closet, every single item is a perfect fit, right? Every single item is an A+ item. It works, it's perfect. I have this working wardrobe, right? So whatever I put on, nothing doesn't work, right? I've eliminated all that, and we do that. We love getting in your house. We love getting in your closet. We love packing for you, and really becoming that trusted stylist that we know your life, right? We know your lifestyle. You share with us events, you share with us your calendar, and we think for you, right? We show up for you, just as Lady Gaga has her stylist, right? And she thinks about her week and where she's going and what she's wearing and what image she want to project. And that's what we do for you, but for free, right? That is the benefit. That is the edge. That is A-line. We don't sell anything you can't get anywhere else, right? This Eero jacket, this Kess dress, right? Anything that we sell, you can get online. But what you can't get anywhere else is you can't get that relationship and that personal stylist thinking for you, knowing you, working as a team. We do team sales, working as a team, committed to literally effortlessly, right? Shopping can be easy. People don't believe me. And I love it when they come in and then months later like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. I feel beautiful. I feel confident. I feel a new me. And it can be effortless because of the team and because of the staff we put together, and then because of the processes and the full service. So I love to describe us as a hospitality company with inventory. We are so far from a retail store, right? A retail store is about a commodity. If you know, I want a Citizens of Humanity rocket high-rise in a certain wash, right? Then you go online and you buy it, right? Because it's all about convenience and price. And we price match, by the way, that's very important. But point is that when you shop online, be it from a new, Sonicare toothbrush to, a pair of designer jeans, the thing is that it's a product, it's a commodity. You're looking for something and you know exactly what you're looking for. You don't have to know what you're looking for. At A-line, you get to come in and just figure out, like I was saying, like all of a sudden I'm ready to evolve. I want to get more polished. I'm going back to work. I went through a divorce. I want to be hot, but yet age appropriate, right? I want to be sexy. And what I love to say is I'm 44 years old and I am not done. I am not done. Don't write me off. Don't put me in Chico, right? I am not done. I am here. I want to be seen. I want to feel seen. I want to feel invincible, and clothes are a huge part of it. Clothes are your personal brand. When every day now, especially with social media, especially in this global world, each of us are our own brand. And you get to decide every single day, who are you? What's your message? And why are you here? And part of that expression is your clothes. right? It's your wardrobe. It's your working wardrobe, right? What am I putting on? How am I showing up? And how are people perceiving me, right? It's your literally easiest way to communicate without saying a word, right? When I am dressed in black, at one of the shoots today, I had a black Balenciaga pant, right? The Sonia vest, the white button-down crisp, right? Alex bodysuit. And the reality is, other than my off-white sneakers that are playful, you're gonna take me seriously that day, right? I am a badass businesswoman, right? As opposed to when I'm wearing a cheeky, fun something. And it's really interesting because immediately when you walk into lunch with your girlfriends or that business meeting or wherever you are, your style immediately communicates what mood you're in, who you are that day, and how people are going to take you, right? And how people are going to perceive you and react to you. So it is powerful. And the other thing, the last thing I want to norm is that it is work. There is a skill of styling, just like that chef who gets that recipe, from Tavernetta, that lobster, oh my gosh, pasta. It is amazing. It's brilliant, right? But it didn't just happen on his first try. He worked at it. There were spices and he tasted it and he evolved it and he worked at it and worked at it. And that style, right? It doesn't just happen. You have to work in their skill set, just like the chef has skills. Our stylists at A-Line have skills, and it's work, and you work at it and you bring it out and you taste it and you look at it and you massage it and stuff like that. And that is what we're doing. And we will build you a working wardrobe that's your style, right? That reflects you and that is the most beautiful and confident and brilliant you.